Welcome back, folks, to episode 7 of the $0 to $2 million challenge. In this episode, we are going to break our 9-month downswing. We have played a little bit over Starlight, not allowed to film there, but we fired 2 bullets, $100 in tournament. We didn't cash, but we won 8 bounties. We knocked out 8 people for $25 a piece, so we break even there. And then we won $195 in cash games right after. After that, we played some online. Sunday, the Bounty Hunters, if you remember last video, made a very deep run. We got 13th place in the Bounty Hunter 50 grand for $520. This week, we made the final table of the very same tournament the next Sunday. I'll show you guys that close to the end of the video. I want to get some live hands for you guys because I know you've been missing out. We didn't have any last video. Also, by the time this video's come out, I would have been streaming for a week straight, every single day, 1 p.m. Pacific, right here on YouTube, playing small stakes tournaments on GG Poker and 50-cent $1 on Club GG. If you'd like to play with me, link in the description. But back to this video, we're going to break the downswing. How are we going to do that? Volume. We're heading over to Grand Villa to play some 1-3, and we're going to play a lot of 1-3. Going to try to get about 3 sessions in for this video, so it's going to be a long one. I hope you guys are ready. Let's go. Okay, folks, here we are playing some 1-3 over at Grand Villa in for 400, and let's kick things off with everybody's favorite hand, pocket aces. Bump it up to $15 over the button straddle. We get a call from middle position as well as the cutoff and the button. So we're going 4 ways to this flop, which comes out quite nice. King, 5, 4, 2 hearts, 1 spade. Definitely worthy of C-bet. Always go 1/3 here, so 20 into the middle, and we do get 2 tagger alongers. Off to turn, it's not a good one. It's the 4 of clubs pairing a card on the board. It's probably the least concerning out of all 3 of them, but still, with 2 people calling, it's pretty good chance that one of them has a 4. So let's start with a check here. Action actually checks all the way through, so feeling really good about my hand. Now the river comes down at the 8 of spades. Pretty much a brick. I guess 7-6 does get there, but I can't be that worried. So we are going to go for some value. I size up here around pot, $120. Cutoff folds, button goes deep into the tank. All right, he doesn't have 7-6. He doesn't have a full house. We're feeling good. We're feeling good. Come on, flick it in there with your king 9. And he does make the call. We show, and we're off to a great start here, picking up a $364 pot. Not too long later, we pick up king jack suited. Looking at 2 limps, we bump it up to $20, and we go heads up to the flop. Just kidding, we go 6 ways to this flop, which comes down jack, 9, 6, 2 diamonds, 1 heart. Running pretty good. Now the original limper decides to jam his stack in, $72. Folds over to me, and there are a lot of draws here. I look to my left, it looks like button and big blind have roughly 200, maybe close to 300-ish in their stack, so I think all in is the only appropriate answer here. Someone wakes up with a ace jack or pocket 9s, pocket 6s behind us, so be it. So I move all in. Luckily, we get 2 very quick folds. The turn comes down the king of hearts, river, deuce of diamonds, not good. Almost all the draws completed except for, I guess, 7, 8, and 10, 8. But my opponent nods his head when I table my hand, and that is it. We're picking up our second pot of the day. We are picking up hands today. It's been less than an hour. We've got aces, king jack suited, and now pocket kings. Bump it up to $15 over a limp, and unfortunately, only the limper makes the call. Heads up to this flop of king 9 deuce rainbow. About as dry as it can get. He checks to me and I look over his stack. I don't want to blow him off and we're blocking all of his continues, so I just check it back. Turn is the deuce of diamonds. Now we improve to a full house. My opponent once again checks it and we're going to start trying to build this pot, but I don't imagine it's going to happen. I put in $10 and luckily he continues. Off the river, it is a very board-changing one. The ace of diamonds introducing an overcard to the king, as well as a backdoor flush draw. My opponent once again checks to me, and I don't think he's got much of anything, but on the off chance that he's got a backdoor flush, or perhaps some kind of like ace 10 sort of hand, I'm going to try and get all of it. I move all in, and my opponent doesn't give it too much thought, shrugs his shoulders and puts in the call. We show, and I'm picking up a third pot here in the first hour of this 1-3 session. All right, guys, we're wrapping up that session. We were in for 400, out 815. That is a win of 415. That feels good. And I think we're up almost over $2,000 this episode alone. We won 950 US on GG Poker. We're up 150 US on Club GG, so that's 1100 US, so like 1500 Canadian. And then 400 today, 200 Starlight. That's like 2100. All right, one more session for you guys. We're gonna go play at Park tomorrow. We're gonna win 500 and get 25% out of debt in one episode. Let's go. We are back for another day of Grand Villa 1-3, in for 400 again. Let's try and replicate what we did yesterday. On this first hand, we have an under the gun raise to 12. I look over to Stack. He's only got about $60 behind. I think it over for a bit, and I don't really want to get it in pre-flop. I don't really want to fold ace-8 suited either, so I think we're going to call. Hopefully some people come in behind us, and we'll see from there. So I make the call, button also calls, and we go three ways to this flop, which comes out very good for my hand. 8, 3, deuce with 2 clubs and a diamond. Original raiser unfortunately checks. We put in a small bet of 15, button continues, and the original raiser folds. Off to the turn, it is the 10 of diamonds. Honestly, like half the deck is not going to be that great for our hand. But I think it over for a bit, and I think it's pretty close between betting and checking. I think I lean checked out of position, and I lean towards a bet in position. He can still have a lot of 10x flush draws on the flop. Queen 10, king 10, ace 10, 10, 9, 10, 7, all these suited combos. So I'm just going to check here, and we can definitely play defensively here. So I check, my opponent checks behind. Off to the river, it is the jack of diamonds, completes the backdoor flush draw, but we don't really have to worry about that. A little bit worried about, some kind of flush draws like king jack of clubs, ace jack of clubs, something like that. But I think we can get a little bit of value out of a hand like 7, 6s, 5s, 4s, something like that. So I put in a bet of $45. My opponent gives it some thought. Cuts out chips, and then raises to 100. Usually 1-3 should just fold, but this doesn't really make sense to me. I think it over for a bit, and he's repping Jack 10 of clubs, or Jack 8 of clubs, I guess, almost exactly. Like, what hands want to check behind on the turn that don't want to bluff? I'd put in a very small bet on the flop. He can definitely fire away on the turn with a hand like 4 or 5 of clubs, or just any sort of draw. And if he had value, like a set, he would bet on the turn. So I don't really understand what this is besides Jack 10 of clubs. And I mean, if he's got that one combo, he's got it. But this seems... I just can't figure this out. I don't understand what this is. So I go ahead and make the call. He rolls over the Queen 9 of clubs. I guess that makes sense. I didn't even think of Queen 9 in the moment. I guess 9-7 would also be a straight, but that is very unfortunate. That hand is not going our way. We're off to a pretty rough start on our second session of the video. On to the next hand. We're playing with a silly little button straddle, which is quite annoying. It's pretty tough to play hands out of the big blind with it, but I think king 3 suited is strong enough, especially considering there are a few players away from the table, so it's not really a big blind / under the gun raise. I think it's close either way, but I decide to open raise it instead of just limp. This invites the under the gun player in, as well as the button straddler. So going 3 ways to this flop, which comes out really nice. It's ace, king, 4 with 2 spades. We got middle pair as well as the nut flush draw. Could see bet small here if we were heads up. I would prefer that a lot more, but with 2 other players in here, I'm going to go with just checking middle pair. Under the gun puts out a bet of 25. Button gets out the way, and we make the call. Head to the turn. It is the 9 of hearts. No help to us. I check once again. My opponent wastes very little time in assembling a bet. Half pot is his wager, $50 into the middle. I think we could raise here as a bluff from time to time, but I think our hand is strong enough just to flat once more. Off to the river, looking for some help. It comes the Queen of Hearts, unfortunately. We check. My opponent double checks his cards and voraciously stacks chips on top of each other and fires out $120 in the middle very quickly. I don't think there's anything we can do here where you can't really bluff versus this sizing. As soon as they get over $100, there's like no hope that they're ever folding whenever they're betting. So we just gotta let this one go. We are now in the game for $600 of our original $400. Unfortunate. Okay, we're like an hour in now trying to win our first hand. Let's try and do it with the ace-10 offsuit. We got 2 limps, we're on the button, we bump it up to $20. We get the caller from the small blind as well as the cutoff limper as well. So we're on 3 ways to this flop, which comes down quite nice. It's queen, jack, deuce with 2 clubs and a spade. A little bit worried about small blind. He's going to have, quite a good concentration of hands that are around this range, but we still have a very good hand to bluff with here. So when it checks to me, I put on a small bet of $20. Happy to see small blind get out the way, and then cutoff makes the call. Not very worried about cutoff. The main hand that I was worried about was like pocket deuces as well as queen jack offsuit. But given they didn't raise, I think he's got a very marginal hand here. So hence the turn. It is the 8 of diamonds introducing a double gut shot for us. So my opponent checks. I'm just going to keep barreling. I don't think he's going to have anything too strong here. Just given he over-limped in the cutoff and then just called a raise and then didn't raise on the flop, he's probably pretty capped here. So I'm going to size up here and put in a bet that is going to set up for a river shove. So it's going to be just under pot. $90 is my wager. My opponent doesn't take too much time and once again makes the call. We're heading to the river, looking for some help. We are going to bluff on clubs and we're going to give up on anything else. The river is the 3 of diamonds. My opponent checks it over. I'll just give this one up. I check it behind and we get shown the ace queen suited. Okay, so apparently he can have very strong hands here. I am corrected. We are very card dead today. We're probably like 3 hours in. We finally got a real hand. We bump up the pocket nines up to $10. Very happy to see them. Folds round to a short stack who has $75 who 3-bets us to $35. This man limp calls ace king. We're just dead here. So we have to fold. So much discipline that took, you guys. Here we are with the pocket aces. We have a limper, and then the player who limp called ace queen suited in the exact same configuration has now raised to 15. That has got to be a super premium. This is going to be good. We bump it up to $50 with the aces. It folds around, and my opponent takes 5 seconds and folds. Okay. On to the next hand. We have a short stack, bumping it up to $10 onto the gun. We look on an ace queen off in the cutoff. Very happy to play for stacks here, so I raise it up to $30. Surprisingly now, the small blind makes a cold call for 30, and the original raiser folds. So we're going heads up to this flop with 1 SPR. It comes down jack 4-3 rainbow. Pretty good. Ace queen is probably still ahead unless he's got a pocket pair. He checks it over to me, and I think we just go all in here. We can still deny equity from hands like, I don't know, king 10 suited, which have a little bit of equity against us. All the 10-9s, 8-9s, suited connectors. And then put pressure on hands like 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s that may find a fold. So I think it's pretty close between jamming or just checking and trying to get the showdown. This time I just decide to rip it in. I don't think it makes much of a difference. My opponent snap calls. We go to the turn. It is the 10 of hearts, river, jack of spades. My opponent has pocket 3s. Now we are in the game for $800. That is all our profits from yesterday. On to our final 2 hands. These ones are back to back. So we have a limp. We looked on ace jack suited, bump it up to $15. All super standard. Hijack makes the call, and we go heads up to this flop, which comes down very nice. Ace jack 8 with 2 clubs and a diamond. We start with a small bet of $10, which my opponent quickly calls. Hence the turn. It is very bad. It's a 10 of clubs, a super connected card, and bringing in the front door flush. I think with a hand's a little bit more vulnerable, something like an ace king, ace queen with a club, we can continue barreling. But with ace jack, we're blocking a lot of the hands we want him to continue with, and it's going to weight him more towards some straight draws, flush draws, bottom pairs. So I don't see too much sense in betting with top 2 here, although occasionally I don't mind it. This time I go for the check, and my opponent quickly checks behind. Hence the river, looking for a blank. It's the 5 of hearts. That is a very nice blank. Let's try and go for some value. I thought the pot was a little bit small in this, so I wanted to go 1.5x, but I still can't add. It's been a year and a half of playing poker. I still can't add. But I make it $65. He doesn't think for too long and makes the call. We roll it over, and And it's good. All right. Finally picking up a decent pot here. Let's see if we can keep it going with our very next hand on the very next shuffle. Comes down pocket jacks. Under the Gun plus 2 has raised to 14. We put in the re-raise up to $40. We get a cold caller. Same person from last hand makes a cold call on the low jack. Folds around to the big blind, who shoves his $109 stack in there. Under the Gun plus 2 folds. I look down at my stack. I don't think the player to my left is going to be trapping with queens or kings or aces, so I just want to get him out of there with the hand that's vulnerable like jacks. And we get an extra $40, $54 overlay. So I move all in, low jack, snap folds. We go heads up to the flop. It comes down. Queen, queen, 7, 2 diamonds, and a spade. Looks pretty good. Turn. 4 of hearts, river. 3 of clubs. My opponent has the pocket kings. Just like that. All the money we won last hand goes away. Shortly after this, I rack up and head to dinner with a good friend. Enjoy some hot pot. And that is it for the live sessions this video, guys. Alright, welcome guys. We are currently, it's just 4th place. Now we're 7th out of 39. On our way to first place payouts just over there to the right. Juicy, nearly $3,000 up top. King 8 suited here. Well, I just start with a check. Go for the check fold. We do have some back doors, but his range can be incredibly strong. So, I don't think we're taking it down often enough. Or on a C-bet. Alright, we're gonna bet this turn. And then probably just give up any river. Yeah, half pot looks good to set up for a river shove. Let's get the fold from a hand like pocket nines. Nope. Nope. Not going our way. Very, very strange not to 3-bet that hand. Off of like a 15 big stack. Alright. Save a little bit there. Ooh, there's a hand. Let's open it up. All in, Tuss. All in. All in and give me that $50. Come on, Tuss. You can do it. You can do it all in. Ace-Jack suited's good. Damn it. It's not an all in. I think if SJ squeezes, we shove. It's a pretty good start. We ever find a check back here? No. No. We can still get value from his hands like 8s, 7s, 6s. We're gonna have to call one street. If he shoves, it's gonna be kind of gross. I think he's just got aces or kings here. Right? Alright, I'm gonna give myself one chance to get away from this. We're gonna call. If it's a heart in the turn, I'll fold. No. He's gonna get us. He's gonna double us up. We're gonna double him up. He's got Queen Jack. Hold. Hold. $50 bounty. Yes. Let's go. Woo. Woo. Look at that. Boom. Oh, what a way to go into break. That's a $100 bounty. $50 into our account. We're now at $45 for the day. All right. Hello. There we go. Versus him, we are not going to check raise. He's just going crazy. So we're just going to call down and hope that he barrels it off. That is a full house, my friends. Thank you. Is he dead? Nope, you need a 4. That was way too close. Oh, he's almost got a straight flush. Daryl started watching the vlog today. Good, man. I hope you enjoy him. Alright. It's a good start. I'm so worried about that snap check. This guy has been going nuts. Oh boy. Oh no. How much on the river? He just checks it. Do we ever bet here for value? If I bet, he's gonna shove like so many hands And he's probably just going to shove a 9 as well, which is what we're trying to hope to get called by. And then I just have to fold. So nitty. Yeah, I don't know if we get value from the 9, and he might just turn into a bluff and just stick in our eye. Crypto Baiter, I respect the challenge, wish you the best of luck, not that you need it, you're an absolute unit. Thank you, man. Alright, I'm gonna be range checking this board. What was the buy-in? The buy-in is $10.80, so looking to 600x my investment. Alright, nice small bet. We can call once here. Hoping for a 10 on the turn. Nope. I'll be very suspicious if he bets here. I'm going to turn my 10 into a bluff here. Yeah, this is getting close to the bottom of my range. It's going to check call the flop. So we can definitely fold some queen jacks, some ace jacks. Fold! Yes, let's go. Whew. Big pot coming our way. 40 big blinds. Let's go. Up to 6th. 3rd. We're up to 3rd, you guys. Alright, first chip leader, we're going to check back. Ontario's geographically locked online. I know, I'm just not a fan of playing online. I only like tournaments. And the field's be a little bit too small. I'm gonna call here. We're ahead of a lot of hands that Gomhoa can have. Interesting river. I want to shove this all in. I think he's so full of it here, but it would just be a massive punt. Oh, can I resist the temptation? Can I resist? Oh, I don't feel good about that one, but all right, we're gonna peel here. Ugh, gross. Don't bet. If Chichijin bets, we are just gonna fold our top pair. We have no kicker, he can't be betting that. Oh, 1.5. We can't call, he's just gonna barrel off anything. We have to fold. It sucks how tight we have to be here. Yeah, this is so gross, but we gotta let it go. We are not raise folding this. We are not raise calling this for sure. So jam is the only one that makes sense. Okay, whoo! Alright, alien, fold. Ace 4 versus 9s? Is it 9s? Ace! Hold! Hold! Just one out for the final table. No black. Oh no, it's black. Close. That's it, boys. Final table. Ooh, jacks. Alright, guys. Going all in this hand. We're gonna get a nice little double up to sit us on 30 bigs, and then we can start. Actually, we can just continue folding because we got the big stack to our left. I think we just shove. Do I want to raise call? Oh, will probably shovel me very wide. But he could just have like king, queen. Yeah, let's raise call. Hell yeah. Alright, guys. Let's go. It's a huge flip. Oh, we got him dominated too. No queen. Good start. Good start. It's like a $200 hold. Come on. Come on. No, not blue. Whew. All right, guys, up to 24 bigs. Let's go. Let's go. Hello, Pocket Kings. All right, guys, we're limping. No, he doesn't shove. All right, start with a one big blind bet. Oh, come on. No. How? How does he know? Do I want to call or shove? Alder's being quite loose. Let's just flat here. Good start. I think he's going to play quite a few checks here. Flatting off 13 bigs looks insanely strong. Alright. Could do some raising, but I think calling is a little bit better in this spot. But King-Queen is not a bad hand to raise with. Alright. It's a good turn. He checks. We're just going to check this back. There's 4 bad rivers for us. The entire deck. So there's no ace. That's a very good river. How much do we bet here? I think very small. Most likely holding's ace high. So let's go a little bit bigger. Let's go 3.7. Try to get called by an ace high. If he shoves, it's just a chop. So we're just hoping for a call. Flick it in, Mulder. Unfortunate. But 20 bigs. We're now no longer in last place. Alright, gonna peel the Queen Jack here. Did I have a job before this? Not really. Alright, top pair. Usually I would check raise this, but I think given the ICM and a $300-ish ladder, we just got to play this super passively. Gonna go for a call here. Pick up a gutter on the turn, but I don't think he should be betting too many of his middling hands, like 9-8, etc. Keeps barreling. It's getting close. Alright, we're gonna call, hope for a clean river. That is a clean river. Counterfeit's 9-8. I think we're gonna have to call here. Are we? Ah, gross. He can have 9s, he can have 6s, he can have ace jack, king jack. He can also have 8-7, 9-8, 10-9, jack 10. I think we gotta call this, you guys. Nice hand. Alright, guys. $1,073. Alright, that's going to end episode 7. Seems like a good time as any to end it. Almost took down that tournament for 5, 6, maybe 7,000 US. That would have been so nice, but it's always next Sunday. So be sure to join me every single day. I'll be streaming right here on YouTube, 1 p.m. Pacific. We're going to try hit 10 final tables at the end of 2 weeks of streaming and hopefully win 2 or 3 tournaments. That'll be very, very nice. So anyways, for the stats of this video, spending was very good. This is days 35 through days 42, so 8 days total. $77 on gas, $62 on groceries, $48 on a new gym membership, $500 on rent, and I splurged $22 on Hot Pot for a total of $711 spent. Not too bad for 8 days. We are up $229 Canadian on Club GG, playing 50 cent $1. And then we're up $1,332 on GG tournaments. That one feels fantastic. Unfortunately, lost $15 in poker. That last session was so brutal. But anyways, that is a total net positive for this video of $835. We are climbing out the hole. That's going to bring the net worth to negative $9,693. 10 more of these episodes, we're even. But that is it for me, guys. Thank you so much once again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do the things down below, like, subscribe, and help me out. This YouTube income coming up, I'm hoping to cross 4 figures. You guys have been so wonderful. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all in episode 8 or in the live streams. See you guys later.